Imagine, if you will, the world as it stood at the dawn of the 8th century. The Middle East was undergoing a profound transformation. Islam, a new faith born in the arid deserts, was rapidly spreading its influence, inspiring an empire that stretched from Spain to India. But before we start, please like, share and subscribe. This will really inspire me to create more of these videos for your entertainment and knowledge. This expansion was not only territorial but also cultural and intellectual, as Muslim scholars were pioneering advances in science, mathematics and literature. Meanwhile, in Europe, the once mighty Roman Empire was just a shadow of its fall, split into numerous fragmented kingdoms. The Christian world was in disarray, struggling to maintain its unity and identity amidst political instability. In the midst of this chaos, a figure was rising in the West: Charles Martel. A leader of the Franks, he was a man of iron will and military genius, poised to defend his realm against any threat. The stage was set for a clash of cultures, religions and empires. As the Muslim forces pushed into Europe, they found a divided and disorganized opponent. In the early years of the 8th century, the Muslim armies, bolstered by their swift victories in Persia and North Africa, set their sights on Europe. Their lightning-fast conquests were facilitated by a fractured European landscape. The continent was a jigsaw puzzle of petty kingdoms and duchies, each more concerned with their own squabbles and power plays than the looming threat from the south. In the face of this invasion, there was no united front, no grand alliance of European powers. Instead, there was a disjointed response, a patchwork of resistance that was quickly swept aside by the Muslim forces. Town after town, city after city fell to the invaders. The Muslim armies, with their superior tactics and disciplined soldiers, seemed unstoppable. Europe was on the brink, the heart of Christendom threatened, but amidst the chaos and despair, one man emerged from the shadows, a beacon of hope in the gloomy panorama. His name was Charles Martel, a statesman and warrior, the de facto ruler of the Frankish kingdom. Charles Martel, whose name translates to Charles the Hammer, was a man of vision and determination. He understood that the only way to halt the Muslim advance was to unite the squabbling European powers under a single banner. To this end, he embarked on a series of political maneuvers, forging alliances and consolidating power. But Charles was not just a politician. He was a military tactician of the highest order. He began to prepare for war, training his soldiers and devising strategies that would counter the Muslim forces. He knew that the odds were against him, that he was up against an enemy that had swept aside everything in its path. But he also knew that failure was not an option. For if he failed, Europe would fall. With Europe on the brink, one man stood between the Muslim forces and the heart of Christendom. On a fateful day in October 732, two armies met on the fields near Tours. The air was dense with anticipation, the silence before the storm. On one side stood the Umayyad forces, a formidable army that had swept across Europe with an unstoppable momentum. On the other side, the Franks, led by a man whose name would echo through the centuries: Charles Martel. Let's delve into the heart of the Battle of Tours, a turning point in history that unfolded as a riveting chess match of strategies and tactics. Charles Martel, the Frankish leader, was not a man to be underestimated. Known as the Hammer, he was a seasoned warrior with a mind as sharp as any blade. He knew that to win this battle, he needed to turn the Umayyad strength into their weakness. Martel's plan was simple but effective. He positioned his Frankish heavy infantry in a large square formation, a human fortress designed to withstand the devastating charges of the Umayyad cavalry. This formation, known as the phalanx, was a testament to Martel's strategic genius. Each man in the square was a link in an unbreakable chain, their shields forming an impenetrable wall and their long spears a forest of death for any who dared to charge. As the Umayyad forces bore down on the Frankish square, they were met with a wall of resistance that refused to buckle. Again and again the Umayyad cavalry charged, and again they were repelled. The Frankish square held firm, a testament to the discipline and courage of Martel's men. But the Battle of Tours was not just a contest of strength and strategy. It was also a battle of wills. As the day wore on, the Umayyad forces began to waver. Their swift and decisive victories of the past seemed a world away, replaced by a grim and unyielding struggle. And at the heart of this struggle stood Charles Martel, unflinching and resolute, his presence a beacon of hope for his men. In a decisive moment that would turn the tide of the battle, Martel ordered a feigned retreat. The Umayyad forces, sensing a chance for victory, broke their formation and charged. It was a fatal mistake. The Frankish forces turned and struck, their heavy infantry cutting through the disorganized Umayyad ranks. The Umayyad army, once a symbol of unstoppable force, was thrown into disarray. As night fell, the Frankish forces stood victorious. The Battle of Tours was over, but its impact was just beginning to unfold. Charles Martel's strategic genius and the courage of his Frankish heavy infantry had not only won a battle, but had also halted the Umayyad expansion into Europe. As the dust settled, the world would be forever changed. The Battle of Tours had decisively demonstrated the power of strategy, leadership, and the indomitable human spirit. It was a battle that would shape the course of history, a testament to the enduring power of courage and determination in the face of overwhelming odds. With the battle over, the true impact of Tours began to take shape. In the immediate aftermath, the battlefield was a chilling tableau of the horrors of war. The once lush green plains were now stained with the blood of warriors from two worlds. The silence that followed the cacophony of battle was a poignant reminder of the price paid for victory. But the Battle of Tours was more than a brutal clash of arms. It was a monumental event that would shape the course of history and the destiny of continents. The Christian forces, led by Charles Martel, had not only managed to halt the Muslim expansion into Europe, but they had also secured their position as the dominant power in the region. This victory would lay the foundation for the Carolingian Empire, a realm that would play a pivotal role in the shaping of modern Europe. For the Muslim Empire, the defeat was a significant setback. Their dreams of expanding their territories into Europe were abruptly halted. This battle marked the end of their unbroken string of victories and signaled the beginning of a period of decline. Yet, in the grand scheme of things, it was a temporary setback, and the Muslim world would rise again to become a beacon of knowledge, culture, and power. The Battle of Tours had far-reaching implications for the balance of power in the world. It was a catalyst that marked the beginning of the ascendancy of Christian Europe. The victory at Tours gave birth to the notion of a Christian West, a concept that would shape the geopolitical landscape of the world for centuries to come. It also served as a stark reminder of the enduring power of belief. The battle was not just a contest of military might, but also a clash of ideologies, and it was faith that had tipped the scales. The Battle of Tours was not just a military victory, but a turning point in the course of history. The Battle of Tours is more than just a moment in history. It is a lesson in leadership, strategy, and the power of unity. This pivotal event in the 8th century was far more than a clash of swords and shields. The Battle of Tours was a turning point, a defining moment that shaped the course of Western Europe. The Franks' victory under the leadership of Charles Martel was not just a military success, but a testament to their unity and strategic prowess. Charles Martel, often overshadowed by his grandson Charlemagne, was a leader par excellence. His ability to rally his troops, his strategic foresight, and his unwavering determination were instrumental in ensuring the Franks' victory. His decision to hold his ground, despite the onslaught, demonstrated a deep understanding of warfare and the importance of morale in battle. The Battle of Tours was also a shining example of the power of unity. The Frankish forces, though outnumbered, stood together, a solid wall against the invading forces. This unity, this strength in numbers, was a key factor in their victory. It was a demonstration that when people stand together, they can overcome even the most formidable challenges. The battle also highlighted the importance of strategy in warfare. Martel's decision to fight on a hill, his use of the phalanx formation, and his ability to exploit the weaknesses of his opponents were all strategic moves that contributed to the Franks' victory. It was a lesson in the power of strategy and the importance of understanding one's enemy. The Battle of Tours was not just a historical event, but a lesson that still holds relevance today. It is a reminder of the power of unity, the importance of strong leadership, and the role of strategy in overcoming challenges. It is a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity and the lengths we can go when we stand together. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. And as always, leave any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in the comments section. See you in our next inspiring videos. The echoes of Tours still resonate today, reminding us that in the face of great challenges, courage and unity can shape the course of history.